Hey guys, it's Tyron here again with another video. This is the second time I filmed this because the first time I filmed it, I accidentally had a fan on in the car and you could hear it the whole time I was speaking, so it was a bit distracting. So I thought, let me just give this a re-recording, do it now because I have traffic on the way home as well, so that's great. So these are going to be a lot quicker than the ones that I have done recently. I'm trying to keep these at about a 12-minute mark unless I get distracted or something.
Or less, or more.
Or more? No, about 12 minutes. 12 minutes is kind of the aim. That's where we're going for. So, what are we going to talk about? There were some very quick snippets of news that I wanted to share that I was speaking about. The first thing is Medal State once again doing what Medal State does well and kicking off comps and shaking things up in this esports scene. This time with the Valkrie challenge. You guys remember that from last year? They are doing that again. This comp for all girls type of teams to play in, and that is really cool. I think it's quite a nice idea. Fortunately, there are people online who disagree and think this is somehow unfair and somehow just not cool because the guys want to play too, and whatever other reasons they have, like the ladies have to have their own team because they can't compete with the guys type of comments, which I'm just throwing this out there is complete nonsense. I know for sure that some of the ladies that play could kick quite a lot of butt. They definitely could kick my butt because I'm not so great at CS, but they can kick a lot of butts, and they do kick a lot of butts, and they can give a lot of the guys a run for their money. This is just, in my personal opinion, guys is being jealous, guys is being whiny at opportunities that they're not able to share in. And you know what, guys, if you're watching and you have that opinion, quite frankly, you're wrong, and you need to get over yourself. I support this whole idea. I think it's great to see these things happening. It's a good opportunity for ladies to get involved in the esports scene, which is quite male dominant at the moment. There's a lot of guys, a lot of guy teams. There's a lot of toxic guys as well in the scene that think that the way that they can talk to women or trash talk women is acceptable, and it's not. That's also a pet peeve of mine. You should still be showing some sort of respect even though you might be competing with them. Anyway, so that's just kind of my one statement. Valkrie challenge is a yay. I'm excited to see how that goes. That's something to look forward to in the coming months. And if you are someone who disagrees, then you're wrong. That's just a quick statement, I think, because gaming is supposed to be for everyone and should be more accessible. So we should kind of embrace this as an opportunity for more people to get involved and a different type of exposure at least. Yeah, I think that's enough on that topic. What else do we have to talk about? There's an event happening next month which I'm going to be at, so I'm just kind of mentioning it here because I've been seeing a lot of the tweets recently kind of saying more and more things are being added to this, and the tickets are selling out quite quick, which is the Gamingforum's event happening in March, and that's being done by the Mesh Club and by Game Nation SA, which is going to be, I'm quite keen on that. It's kind of looking at the whole gaming environment in South Africa, the competitor side as well, and just seeing where we're going forward. I'm quite keen on that. So if you guys are keen on that, the last time I checked there was like 80 plus tickets available, so they are selling out quickly. If you want to come, you should get those sorted out. I'm definitely going to be there. I'm quite keen on that. That's just a random thing I'm going to throw in there. What else? There was something else. Oh yes, this is kind of a big deal news, so I'm going to just hover on this. This happened today. At 1 PM we had an announcement that was done by VS Gaming, and that's the Comic Con is going to be here in South Africa, which I think took a lot of people by surprise. There's obviously a few people who already knew beforehand that this was going to happen, but this was big news today. If everyone doesn't know, if anyone doesn't know what the Comic Con thing is, I would be quite surprised. Comic Con is a huge event overseas. Lots of geek culture, lots of movies and TV series stars are there, and gaming celebrities are there. It's a big event. It's a huge thing, and now we get to have that here in South Africa, here in Joburg, which is going to be really cool. That's going to be held at the Kyalami Grand Prix circuit, and that's going to be on the 14th and 16th of September. And I'm keen on this. Those dates are a little bit close though. If you think about Rage, that's literally 2 weeks apart. So that might pose a problem for some people. I'm sure that the Comic Con guys are going to draw in a lot of attention, because they've got people, apparently they're in discussions with people from Game of Thrones and people from The Big Bang Theory, and one or two other guys whose names I can't remember now, but they were voice actors in The Last of Us. One of them was, I can't remember the other guy off the top of my head now, but yeah, that's gonna be cool to have those guys here. They had the guys from the Black Panther movie at the announcement today, where they did the whole panel discussion, a little bit of a discussion, which was quite cool. I'm excited. I want to see this type of thing growing in South Africa, where you have these guys from movies and TV series and the comic geek culture coming into South Africa, and fans being able to kind of join in, do the cosplay, do the whole vibe, and I'd be quite keen and excited on that. So that's the big news. We don't have any information in terms of pricing at the moment and how that's going to work, and we don't have too many confirmed guests from the celebrity side of things, just the ones I've mentioned. So that's we're still waiting to hear from that. But yeah, this is a big thing for South Africa, especially for pop culture. The one little hesitation, like I said, is because of Rage being 2 weeks later. You might have, because it's almost a shared audience, you're going to have a lot of guys maybe choosing to go to the one and not the other. You might have a bit of problems maybe in terms of sponsorships. Again, I'm just saying, I don't know anything. No one's spoken to me about this. But if you look at VS Gaming, who's a pretty big deal in terms of the money they bring in as a sponsor to some of these events, if they're pushing a lot of money towards Comic Con, the question in my mind is, what are they committing towards Rage this year? How's that going to look? We're going to have to wait and see. They might have big enough budgets to do both, which would be really interesting, really cool. So yeah, that's something to kind of keep an eye on. This is again a little bit later in the year, it's still time, and there will be things as they develop. If I see anything or hear anything, I'll mention it in these videos, obviously. But yeah, that's kind of where we're at the moment. There's still space. I mean, Rage is very much a gaming side of things. Comic Con, this one, they're talking about doing esports comps and things like that, so there is going to be that element there. But Rage still could just go really double down on gaming and content and like tech gadgets kind of thing, and maybe it'll be both. Maybe there's room for both, or maybe next year we'll see them on opposite sides of the year in terms of calendar. I don't know. It's always interesting to see how these things kind of almost compete. If you look at it, we've got a lot of events. We've got the Gamingforum, which I've mentioned. We've got Geek Fest. We've got Comic Con, and now we've got Rage and
Rush.
And we've got Rush as well. So there's 5 events right there, which are kind of rather large in terms of the crowds they pull in, the amount of money that gets put into them, the type of events that there are, kind of share a little bit of the same culture. There is a Metro guy waving, not at me though, yay. But anyway, that's kind of my whole point. Let's see how this whole thing goes. I'm excited. Let me know what you guys feel about this. How do you feel about Comic Con? You excited? Is it something you're going to attend? if you're here in Johannesburg. If you're not here in Johannesburg, any other parts of the country, and you actually would attend this or are going to make an effort, I would be keen to hear from you. So you can drop something about that in the comments down below. And yeah, that's kind of the stuff that I wanted to talk about. I mean, obviously the Comic-Con stuff is new. There was two other things that I would rapid fire mention, sitting at 10 minutes. Okay. Sam, if you don't know who Sam is, she is the writer and editor of Tech Girl, and I'll drop a link to what I'm going to mention down below in an article. She mentioned this really cool thing about influencers. So there was a bit of a thing that happened where a couple of guys in the streaming / YouTube space were found out to have really large inflated numbers. Now this is a discussion that gets mentioned a lot, and I'm not going to rant on about it, because again, Sam wrote a really good article about this, and if you want to discuss it further, you should probably go check out her article. So that's what I'm going to say about it, except the key thing she mentioned, and this is kind of almost dovetails to something I just said now, is engagement is more important than numbers. Not having a large following of 1,000 and thousands of people on your account, I mean, that's great, numbers are nice to look at, but the thing that in Sam's whole article was the brands she was talking to, their whole point, and everyone's whole point, is engagement. So if there are people out there that you like, if you're watching this video, click the like button and comment. That's basically her whole point. Support the people you like, drop comments, interact with them as a viewer, and as someone who makes content. That's where your engagement, that's where your real success comes from. It makes no point if I make these videos and I have tons of subscribers but no one really watches. So as a content creator, if you're watching this, myself as a content creator, this is something I've always bashed on. Go ahead and make content, but do it so that people want to interact with you. My whole push has always been comment, talk to me. This whole thing is supposed to be you and I. You give me topics, I talk about those topics. You give me an idea, I'll rant on about it. That's kind of where I want these things to go. That's what this particular traffic talk style is supposed to be. So if you have ideas, let me know. If you found something funny in this video or interesting in this video, let me know. Let's talk about it. That's what I want to be here for. Let's interact. That's what this particular type of video that I do is supposed to be, very much community driven. So help me, write, talk. Let's be there for one another, you know. Okay, we're at 13 minutes, so there goes a 12-minute aim. So
Or more.
Max, I'm going to finish this off now by saying what I'm doing now. What you should do is, once you finish this video, close your phone, close your YouTube app, or pause it or whatever, and just go and hug your family. Just go and say that you love them, and that's an important thing. I'm just going to give you a background here. I just came from a weekend of being really ill. There was a family thing that happened, and my wife and kid had to go to Durban, and I was supposed to go with, but I fell ill and couldn't travel. So yeah, I was quite sick, but yeah, them being out of the house really made me realize just that whole statement, and everyone has said it before, is you don't know what you have until it's gone. And I just missed it. I missed having my kid at home, even though he cries in the middle of the night. I miss being there to care for him, look after him. I miss having my wife around. I mean, I married the woman, so there's obviously a reason why I want her around. But I missed having them there to just talk to and interact with. I felt very lonely, and it just made me realize the value of family. It made me realize that whole concept of you just don't know what you have until it's not around. So guys, take it from me, and just go tell the people you love that you love them. It's very soppy, but that's kind of the sentimental element in this video, I guess. Let people know you care. That's an important thing. Cool, good job. I'll see you guys in another video. Click like if you like this, And you can click my face now to subscribe. And yeah, thanks for watching. Bye.